my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 150 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is, Pistachio, ricotta make you some really ganache bars. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think they would help. With that being said, here's our list of things to do today. We're going to go over our daily compliments for the last couple weeks. And it is the year 5 finale. And I'm about to cry. Because this channel, it means a lot to me. But it's hard. Peyton will bleep that part out. But it's hard. So, I'm grateful for my subscribers. I love each and every one of you. And I'm so grateful you watch. Keep going, because I'm going to keep going. And then, so we're going to do a year in review. I don't even know what the year in review means, other than to say what I just said, but we'll go with that. And then I thought I would play on a trend. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried the Dubai chocolate bar. I really, really want to. I was going to make my own, but I didn't really prepare too far in advance for it. So I'm doing kind of a riff on it, I guess. And so we're making a pistachio and ricotta bar. So it's a little bit of a play. It has pistachios and chocolate, so that's about as close as it gets. And actually, she kind of calls it a canola filling. And cannoli filling. Wow. And then it's got like a base. So here we go. I'm going to read you the ingredients, and then I'm going to walk you through the steps. So it is one 18.25 ounce box of white cake mix. Good luck. I looked everywhere. I don't see an 18.25. Now, I read in the comment section, after I adjusted my measurements, that people just used the 15.25 and it worked out perfectly fine. I don't know if that means they changed the ratio of everything else. So what I did was I wheedled in a little 3 ounces of yellow cake mix, because I only had one white one. And then actually, it's divided because we're going to take a half a cup out and use that in the filling. Okay, and then we have a quarter cup of melted butter, 4 eggs. We're going to use 3 eggs in one part of it and 1 egg in another. And then 1/16 ounce whole milk ricotta. Ricotta doesn't really come in 16 ounces. It comes in 15 ounces, as of late anyway. I believe back in the day, I even went to the deli to see if they sold it, because one of our delis actually does sell where you can get it scooped at the deli. So, but that was not the store I was at, unfortunately. So I have a 15-ounce container, and most people said that worked just fine. And then it also has 1 14-ounce sweetened condensed milk, 1.5 teaspoons almond extract, 1.5 cups of dark or semi-sweet chocolate chunks. I just use chocolate chips, and then 1 cup roasted pistachios, and I got the lightly salted ones. And then for the ganache, it's 12-ounce bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I did not deviate. I figured, you know what? I'm celebrating year 5, so what the hell? All right, so in my new La Crusade bowl that I bought for myself for my birthday, from the La Crusade outlet. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Oh, I'm so happy to have it. Okay, so in here is my cake mix minus the half cup, obviously. We're preheated to 350, and our pan is lined with aluminum foil, 9 by 13, by the way. Aluminum foil, and it's been also sprayed with non-cook spray. They also said you could, rub butter on there. That works as well. And then you take the half cup out. We did that. And in the bowl, we're going to mix together the cake mix, the melted butter, and 1 egg. with my electric mixer. So my cake mix is already in here. My Frankenstein mixture of cake mix, because yes, I cheated and used 3 ounces. Now I'm like, I gotta make a dump, because what else am I gonna use that with that already open cake mix? I could make cake pops, I guess, something of that nature, but you still have to make it. You know what I mean? Okay, so that was the butter. And I think they want you to use the white cake mix because they want it to look more like the cannoli type stuff, or to keep in line with the cannoli type stuff being whitish. But I think if you had yellow or butter, or hell, if you had chocolate, who cares? I feel the recipe is still the same, you know? You're just learning a process, which I'm learning it along with you, because every time I make something for you, I make it for the very first time. So yeah, it's end of year 5, and I said in review, but I just think of all the crap that goes on behind the scenes without y'all seeing it and going, they wouldn't want to see that anyway. A lot of it is just going, what the hell am I going to make? That's usually what I say. So, yeah. That's about as helpful as I can be on that one. And a lot of cursing. And going, damn it, I thought I had that. I don't have it. Where'd it go? Gotta go back to the store now. Oh, those are the worst. When I've planned a recipe because I think I've had a certain ingredient and then I don't. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me tell you. I'm trying to get this like just all incorporated. It might almost be better to do with your fingies. I just hate getting that stuff under my fingernails. But I just, you know what I could use? I could use my little like pastry chopper thing. Hold on a second. Let me find it. This is the doodad I'm talking about. Because I got really long fingernails right now. It would be, this is working perfect. It gets pretty painful, to be honest. If you get a lot of it up there, which with my long nails I would. Okay, perfect. That worked out great. I know I'm supposed to blend it with the mixer, I think. Yeah, I'm supposed to do it with the electric mixer. Wow. Okay. I almost like that way better. Let me just see if the mixer kind of finishes it off. I thought the mixer was for the other part, but hey, you know, I don't even pay attention to my own handwriting. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I put all the things in there. It's kind of crumbly almost, like a pie crust base. All right. So they want us to press this dough into the bottom of the pan. As soon as I get most of it off my finger. All right, so here's my pan. My replaced pan from Goodwill, because I broke the one that I've had for like my entire adult life. It's weird how you grow accustomed to. I know I've talked about this before. Maybe this is part of my year in review. How you get attached to so many different gadgets. You just find that they work the best and they fit, you know? Like I gotta go down to my fridge later and get the frosting I made for the last episodes because it's still in my orange bowl, and I use that orange bowl like almost every episode. You know what I'm saying? So like, kind of important. But let me tell you, while I got, kind of subtly segued into last episode's dessert, while I would love to say that it was just okay. It was awesome. And I am not a lemon dessert person. I know I've talked about it. I know I beat dead horses on this show. But it's so true. I don't find them particularly enjoyable, you know? I don't know why. And I love lemon. I love lemon on lots of things. Savory things in my tea, in my water. You know? So it's like I don't understand why I'm so opposed to them. I just think desserts are supposed to be sweet, I guess, and lemon is so the opposite. I used to suck on lemons when I was a kid. Literally. So I love the sour, but when it's supposed to be a dessert, I feel like it's deceiving me. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, there it is. It's all put in there. Get it on the big cam. Back up, back up, back up. Okay. All right. Next, in a large bowl, which I think I'm going to just do a little bit of this. So I'm going to pause y'all for and bring back my La Cruce. All right, I'm back. So the next thing we do, oh, I didn't read the daily compliments. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to be starting with some new positive things for next year, season 6. Our condensed milk. Oh my goodness. Come on now. Got to get all the goodness out. Right? Am I right? Oh my gosh, there's still so much in here. Just keeps coming and coming. This smells so good. I always thought this should be in pumpkin pie, not evaporated milk. Just give me this. It'll probably be good in there, though. There's probably a recipe out there somewhere with it in there. You know what? My no-bake one might have had this in it. I could be making that up. But I believe I made no-bake pumpkin pie on here at one point. All right. I hope I got enough of that out. And then the almond extract. Oh, which I love the smell of. Okay, so we're just supposed to mix it until, where's it go? Where's it go? until fully combined. So, oh my gosh, that almond extract is just so powerful. It's going to carry nicely throughout this recipe. Okay. You know, had I thought about it, I had mascarpone. That might have been good in here as well. Because I think they use mascarpone in cannoli. Am I making that up? Honestly, I've never made cannoli, but I would like to. I think I recall it, having one at some point and it being pretty delicious. Okay. It looks incorporated. Okay. Mix in a half cup of cake mix. Okay. Half a cup of cake mix. Oh, and 3 eggs. Oh my word. I'm getting weak in my old age, apparently. And then I just rip it to shreds. Oh my word. Come on. That was crazy. I guess I shouldn't do that over top of the batter. That would be crazy. Silly me. All right. It doesn't say anything about mixing them one at a time, so I'm just going to go for it and get them all in there at once. Now, obviously, this is not a healthy version of a dessert, but I kind of wanted to celebrate 5 years. But, oh, I was talking about the other dessert. My goodness. I got sidetracked because I needed the bowl. But it was delicious. It was sweet enough, surprisingly. And we discussed, like, I would eliminate one of the cake layers and just do, like, a 13 by 9 inch pan with, you know, the cake on the bottom, and then use the cream cheesecake as the top. And then I talked about making some sort of like graham cracker crumble to put on the top, because that would give you more of the cheesecake, you know, textures and things, and then having the crunch would have been nice. I felt like it was too much cake. And I think if you reduced it down to more of like a cheesecake bar, but it was delicious. And I would keep the frosting. I would still do the frosting. I liked the frosting a lot. It kind of, you know, it was like the glue. I don't think we needed to make that much, but all right, then what? Fold in the chocolate chunks. Oh, I wonder if I should have de-chunkified mine a little bit. All right, why are you falling over today? Come on, let me taste it. I like it. So, a year in review. I made a lot of stuff. I did a lot of like, I don't know. I feel like balances of good and evil, kind of. I did a long stretch of like healthier dinners and desserts, and, you know, of course, my go-to crock pot meals. I'm just going to keep improving and getting better and learning new techniques and, you know, things of that nature. So I'm trying to swirl in some of the semi-sweet. I'm telling you guys, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? I'm probably going to just do this. It's probably not allowed, but I don't know. I think it just gets mixed better that way. All right, we definitely need some more. So I'm going to do the rest of this cup, and then we'll see what kind of balance we have. I just want an even balance, you know? Nothing too crazy. If you've tried Dubai chocolate, one, maybe comment in the section of this video and let me know what you thought about it. I mean, I want to know if you're, you know, what your position is on chocolate and pistachios and that kind of thing too. So don't just give me the, oh, it was good business. I want to hear more like, oh, it's really good because blah, blah, blah. And I love pistachios, and I think it has a good, you know. I want a review. I want to know what you're talking about, you know? I'm going to dump these back in here, but let me blend this up. I think this is going to be, yep. I can already tell. All right. And half the pistachios. All right, so the pistachios go into. All right. So here we go. All right, I think I got about half, so I'm going to blend this all up. Well, this brings you back to the day when we made the pistachio pound. Oh, God, the pound cake, that was divine. I've made so many good things on this channel because I go in blind. I just flung that everywhere. I go into this blind, in a sense, because I've never made these things before. All right. Now I get to spread this layer on top of this layer. Oh my gosh. Okay. so here we go. I'm glad I kept my spatula. Oh my God, this smells amazing. I have found so many recipes that I love by doing this show. It just makes me so happy knowing that I've broken out of my shell a little bit. I've tried things I wouldn't normally try, including that cake from last time. And I think I've broken, some of my family members out of the doldrums of everyday, dinners and desserts. I know Peyton has experimented more, for us anyway, when she's cooking. So I think it's been a positive thing as well, but it is stressful and it is hard and it's long. It's a long day. So, not that I'm complaining. All right, I think I got it all. All right, and then I just need to spread this out so it's nice and even. I will tell you, it gets a little heavy. Okay, so here we go. I need to get into the corners a little bit more. I should have got my offset spatula. That's my favorite for this part. Okay. Now, I do believe I have made something else with ricotta in it too. I wish I could remember what it was. It might have been a cookie, like an orange. Okay, let me try a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was worried about that bittersweet chocolate, but the filling itself is sweet enough that I think it balances it nicely. Okay, so I think as far as getting it ready for the oven, I think we're done. Let me just double check. Yeah, so now is the long waiting part. It's got to bake 45 to 50 minutes, and it says be careful not to over bake. Take out of oven when middle is barely set. So it has more of like custardy consistency, like the inside of a cannoli, I'm guessing. And then, what does it say? And then we place in the fridge for it to cool. So I might just I wanted you to see what it looks like after it's come out of the oven. I was going to say maybe I'll just come back after it's cooled, but I'll do a quick show me and then. All right, guys, well, let's put this bad boy in the oven. I'm very excited. I love all these foods. Oh, they also did say, excuse me, let me put this in first. They also did say that if you had a favorite white cake recipe, you could use that as well. But just don't make it. I wonder how that would work. Because you do have liquid. Like, how would you do it in powder form? I guess it wouldn't matter. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, anyway, I'll be back when it's nice and yummy and ready to go in the fridge. Year in review, what can I say? The challenges, I didn't go over those much. I don't know why, they got pushed into the background a little bit this year. But it's think outside the box, set new goals daily, and take baby steps, literally. I do feel like I've applied them in my life. I do feel a little guilty that I didn't go over them a little bit more like I've done in the past. Maybe I've beaten a dead horse, I don't know. But I do know that they have challenged me to try and do better. So I think I'm going to keep going with the challenges. I'm just going to try and make each show maybe revolve around those ideals a little bit better, so that each show incorporates the challenges essentially in every episode, which I think thinking outside the box. I do quite a bit because it does take a lot to come up with substitutions or, you know, a different way of making it. Like today, like I want a Dubai chocolate bar really bad, but I'm gonna go with this for now, and we'll see where it takes me. So maybe not outside the box, but maybe peeking over top. And then setting new goals daily, absolutely, or I'd go insane. And I kind of hone them in a little bit more every time I wake up and I say to myself, okay, I know I have to do my usual things, but I'm trying to learn more, even just on reading. You do a lot more nonfiction, so I'm trying to incorporate that, as well as still reading to Magnus and doing the cookbook and first look. I'll probably start next season with that, so I'm excited to get going back on those. Again, that one pistachio one I got from, I didn't get it, I got the idea from the book, How Could She? And I handed out a sample when I passed over the book, and I got some good reviews on that. So, you know, if you're lucky and you order the book that I'm reading, you might just get a little surprise from that book. You never know. You never know. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I'm going to put you on pause, and I'll be back in about 40 minutes. All right, my fellow human beings, the cake's done. Oh my God, this looks so good. I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to clear it off. I'm going to show it to you real quick, and then I'm supposed to stick it into the oven. But it's, whoa, just what I need to do is break. So here it is on the small screen. Here it is on the big screen. It smells so good. I'm going to set it down for a minute because it's super duper hot. Okay, that's done. That has to go into the fridge, but I'm afeared there is no space for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit here for a minute, maybe. I did say I was just going to show it to you real quick, but so I'm going to just pause real quick. All right, so in the fridge she goes. Hopefully it fits. I didn't really do the math. I don't know, like I said, I didn't really do the math. Oh. Okay. All right, so after some maneuvering, I did get it in there, I promise. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the ganache, because it doesn't say how long to leave it in the fridge, but I figured I'd get that all taken care of, and then, because it goes directly back into the fridge. So I don't think it's too horrible if it goes on there when it's still kind of warm. That's my theory, okay? Sound good? You follow what I'm putting down. So remember, this is 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Now, this could probably be reduced in calories by using light cream or even half and half. I wouldn't go whole milk. I did read something about someone using whole milk, and I can't remember if it turned out or not, to be honest. Also, I think I would use, what was the other thing? The whole milk ricotta, I would reduce that to just regular or light ricotta. They do make that. I think that's the only two things that I would probably reduce, you know, like the fat content in. I don't think I get too much, you know, leeway on the other stuff, because I'd rather use butter than oil or some other kind of fat. Natural is best, although it's probably not great. Excuse me. Fat content wise. So, yeah, I'm coming to the end here of year 5, and I feel every year a little bit more confident. inevitably, if I taped what happened behind the scenes as opposed to taping what actually happens, I would say maybe I would get more views because, in all honesty, it's such a calamity. If it's not a calamity, it's a downright like terrifying thought. Like, oh, we have no storage left, and we're in the middle of filming, and it just cut us off. Or, oh, guess what? There's no audio. Yay! But I've made it through with the help of my kids and them just settling me down and saying, "We got you. We got you. Don't worry." It's definitely better than just doing all of it myself, because that was quite a bit overwhelming. I'm not saying this isn't all right, but it's a lot better than I have Peyton to help me set up and help me get the ingredients ready. And it reduces my time in half, almost assuredly it does. So we're just waiting for this to boil. I guess I could read you the daily compliments from the last couple weeks. I did have it set up at some point. But I think what I will do going forward is I will eliminate reading these during the episode, unless, of course, I need a filler. Oh, I might not need a filler. All right, here's where we're starting to boil. It said low boil. So, and then we're supposed to put the chips in here, but I think I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to put the cream into the chips. Perfecto. Ooh. Shh. Don't do that to my bowl. Okay. I'm just going to take this. And we're going to stir it. Something so satisfying about watching this stuff happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're all kind of just... Maybe I should have poured the chips into the cream. I don't know if it's... All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's starting to mix now. All right. Oh, I love how glossy it's getting. Normally when I'm making some sort of like chocolate, it's usually I'm doing the whole, oh my God, just chocolate with butter, and that solidifies just nicely, or coconut oil. But when I think about putting cream, I just want to drink it. This is the most luxurious looking hot chocolate ever. My mouth is watering. All right, so the next step is, once we get this all mixed, is that we're supposed to pour this over the bars and then sprinkle on the remainder of the pistachios and then put it back in the fridge. So, here's the time to start following me on Facebook at Kristen Haas, Kristin Hass, 1A, 2 S's. On Instagram at The Best Blessed Life. Also on TikTok at The Best Blessed Life. And then on Twitter at The Best Blessed Life, but life has a 1 instead of an I. I'm trying to think of a quicker way to say that. All right, so we're starting to get it to blend a little better, I hope. It's glossy, I would say. But I'd also say, the chips don't look completely melted. I can still see that there used to be chips. Okay. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? I guess I pour this whole thing on there. I also said to myself I wouldn't pour the whole thing on there if I didn't feel like it needed it, you know? Like we don't need to get carried away with extra stuff. Oh, fantastic. I can already see my cake has a shell in it. Oh my goodness. I can see it from here. Luckily, it's right towards the top. I'm going to get it out now. And that little pocket will have a piece of extra bit of chocolate. Oh, that's actually pretty big. Oops. Oopsie. I'm so glad it was on the top. Well, what can I say? All right. So, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about, like, just says carefully fold, which I'm not sure why you have to be careful. Okay. I just feel like I have some residual, like, chip-age left, like little flakes. But I'm not upset about that whatsoever. That just seems like it'll make it extra delicious. So what we're going to do is, let me get it closer at least so you can see it. Oop, oop, oop. Sorry, I can't handle that sound. Okay. I'm trying to get it on the little camera at least. Okay. So I'm just going to pour. What's so nice about this bowl? Just drizzle it over. Yeah, see, I still see chips, but like I said, I'm not upset about it. We'll see, it's going to drip down the side. Oh. All right, maybe you do need the whole thing. All right. It's so glossy. All right, I'm trying to decide. I wish I could see with the aluminum foil. You can't see how thick it is. Maybe I'll just go one more drizzle. Because I don't think you want to be able to see like the cake through or have it, you know, like seep into the cake to the point where the top, while not visually seen by color, might be seen by texture, if that makes any sense. All right, that's plenty. This will be good for toppings of ice cream, don't you think? I love chocolate. All right, so now we're going to sprinkle. I don't want to get the super duper big chunks on there. All right, we're just going to kind of go over the top. See, now that's too, I like that it has different like levels of size-wise, I'm saying. Instead of just buying them like chopped. Because then we get a little bit of the pistachio dust, as well as some whole pieces, some really crunched up ones. So I think it like gives a more appealing like visual. You know, if I had thought about it, I could have stuck some of these underneath the ganache. Oh, man. I do have some left. Because there's so much. We could almost do 2 layers of chocolate. Let's see. Kind of hard to have some chocolate-covered pistachios. Oh my goodness. Okay. Get to the end, get to the end. Give me some of that. I keep going off camera today. Okay, get in there. There we go. I'm loving that. Okay, I'm kind of glad I did that. I'm not glad that I used all the chocolate, mind you. I'm just glad that I kind of thought about this extra step. Because then I have some that are covered in chocolate and then some that will be covering the chocolate, if that so intrigues you. I mean, I'm sure if you don't like pistachios, you could definitely use another nut. It does have almond extract in it, so you could definitely use almonds or pecans. Oh, maybe a hazelnut might be nice, or a macadamia. Some a little bit more like not everyday bake type nut. Okay, my peoples. That's about it. I don't think I'm going to put them all on there. I am glad that I picked like the lightly salted ones. Okay. Peyton, do you want to come see? Of course. She gonna come see. I'm so excited. I might need her help lifting it up. We'll have to see. Yes, I am. Now, folks, here. I want to tell you, this is the least optimal dessert because we can't eat it for at least 4 hours.
Why?
Because we have to let the ganache set.
I don't care.
No. What do you think? How'd I do?
Beautiful.
I didn't even use all the nuts.
Wow, that's crazy. You splashed me.
It's just water. She splashed. All right, so make sure you're following me on social media so that you can see the end results. Got it? Everybody?
I'm already doing it, and you should too.
Yeah, because you're missing it.
It takes like 2 seconds.
Right? Make sure you subscribe. You're going to love this video. I think you're going to love this cake. And I think I want to finish up year 5 really strong and say I love you guys. You all are wonderful. I appreciate you lots. I want you to pass along my videos, tell everybody about it, get everybody to subscribe because we want to have a powerful, best blessed nation.
Period.
Okay? So with that being said, I love you so much. I want you to have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. See you in year 6.
Toodles.
Mwah!